All right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into
Grand Cayman,
Grand Cayman,
and specifically Georgetown.
Georgetown. Yeah, and we've got this great blog post here written by a traveler who knows.
A seasoned cruiser.
Yeah, seasoned cruiser, exactly. And I'm really interested to see how they approach their day because it seems like they try to pack in a lot.
Without rushing.
Without rushing, yeah, and I think that's a key thing. When you only have one day in a port, you want to make the most of it, but you don't want to feel like you're running a marathon.
Yeah, you're on vacation.
Exactly. You're on vacation.
You want to enjoy yourself.
So,
And one of the things that this blogger points out right away is that Grand Cayman doesn't actually have a cruise dock.
oh, that's right.
You have to tender in.
Tender in, yeah.
Which can sometimes be a little bit daunting for people, but she says it's really not a big deal.
No.
It's a 5 to 10 minute, very pleasant
Little boat ride.
little boat ride
Yeah.
into Georgetown Harbor.
And then you're right there, and it's very walkable from what I'm reading here.
Very washable. And that's one of the great things about Georgetown is that you can get off the tender boat and just start wandering around.
Yeah, and she gives a good tip here.
Not rushing off the ship.
Yeah.
Enjoy your breakfast. Let the first rush of people go, and then...
Yeah, you're not fighting the crowd.
Exactly.
Right off the bat. And then you get to Georgetown, and it looks like there are two main options.
At least for the morning hours.
Yeah, you can either hit the beach or
Or explore the town.
explore the town. Yeah, so let's talk about the beach option first because, I mean, you're in the Caribbean. It's
Let's
kind of
go.
a must-do, right?
Gotta get some of that.
And she seems to really love the 7 Mile Beach,
7 Mile Beach.
which is famous.
very famous.
And in only about 15 minutes.
By taxi.
By taxi, yeah.
From the port.
And she mentions it's not even that expensive.
Very reasonable.
Yeah.
But here's the tip.
Okay, I'm ready.
Head straight for Governor's Beach.
Governor's Beach, why that one in particular?
Well, because it's the public access.
Okay.
Portia 7 Mile Beach.
So it's free.
So it's free.
Okay, very good to know because those beach chair rentals can add up.
They can, especially when you're on a cruise.
Yeah, you have a lot of other expenses.
Exactly. So Governor's Beach, free, beautiful white sand, calm, clear water.
Can't beat that.
You really can't.
That sounds amazing.
And she even tells a funny story about how
Okay.
she was able to get free chairs because some people were leaving as she was arriving.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it's just being in the right place at the right time.
It's the luck of the draw
It is.
sometimes, but it sounds like those chairs can be,
They can be a consideration.
yeah.
If you want to rent a chair.
You might want to bring your own towel or something like that.
Exactly. Or be prepared to
To pay a little bit.
shell out a few bucks.
Now, are there other beaches other than Governor's Beach that she recommends?
She does mention a couple of beach clubs that she likes,
Okay.
which are Royal Palms and Coco Plum.
Okay.
And those have more amenities.
So more of like a resort kind of feel.
Exactly. Restaurants, bars, you can rent chairs, umbrellas.
And she mentions something here about accessibility, too.
Yes, she says that if you're traveling with someone who has mobility issues, you want to look for beaches with ramps or shaded seating areas
That's really
to
important.
make sure that they're comfortable
Yeah, and that's something to think about
in advance
in advance first.
before you even leave the ship.
Now, if you're not a beach person or maybe you want to do something else in the morning.
The town itself has a lot to offer.
Yeah, what are some of the things that she recommends in Georgetown?
Well, she really loves this area called Cayman Bay.
Kamana Bay. Okay, I've heard of that.
It's on the waterfront,
Okay.
and it's got these lovely shops and restaurants.
So kind of a nice place to just kind of scroll around and
Stroll around and soak up the atmosphere
Yeah.
and enjoy the Caribbean vibe.
anything else stand out to you about Kamana Bay?
Well, they have this observation tower,
Oh, cool.
so you can get panoramic views
Oh, wow, that sounds really nice.
of the whole island.
Get those beautiful photos.
Exactly perfect for your Instagram.
Yeah.
And then for souvenirs.
Okay, I was going to ask about that because I'm always on the lookout for unique souvenirs. What kind of shopping?
Well, she recommends the craft market
Okay.
for local crafts.
So handmade items.
Handmade items, things like cell jewelry, local artwork.
Very cool.
And then there's this place that really caught my eye.
Oh, tell me.
It's called the Cayman Spirits Co. Distillery.
Oh, a distillery. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and they make this rum
Okay.
called 7 Fathoms.
7 Fathoms.
And it's aged underwater.
Underwater. That's amazing.
How cool is that?
That's so unique. I bet it gives it a really interesting flavor.
I would imagine so.
I'd love to try that.
Yeah?
So you've got the charming streets of Georgetown. You've got the beaches. What about some activities? What can we do in Grand Cayman?
Well, one of the things that Grand Cayman is really known for is snorkeling.
Snorkeling, yeah.
And the great thing is you don't even need a boat
Oh, really?
to experience some of the best snorkeling.
Wow.
And this blogger is all about doing things for free or as cheaply as possible.
I like her style.
Yeah, and she really recommends these two spots called Eden Rock and Devil's Grotto,
Okay.
which are just a short walk
Oh, wow.
from the port.
So you can just walk right there.
And you walk right there and you can snorkel right from the shore.
Okay, so how does that work? Because I always picture snorkeling as
You got to take
you got to take a boat, you got to go out, quite a ways.
Well, in these spots, you could just wade in.
Okay.
And there are these shallow reefs with tunnels and caves, and she says it's just teeming with colorful fish.
So it's like you're swimming in an aquarium.
Exactly. And the best part is she snorkeled at Eden Rock for free.
For free? Wow, that's amazing.
So you can't beat that.
So are there any other snorkeling spots that they mentioned is what are worth checking out?
Yeah, she likes Smith Cove, which is about a 10-minute taxi ride
Okay.
from the port. And it's known for its very calm, clear water and rock formations.
Okay.
And then Cemetery Beach.
Cemetery Beach, that sounds a little normative.
Well, it's actually part of 7 Mile Beach.
Oh, okay.
But it's known for being much quieter
Okay.
than the main part of 7 Mile Beach.
So if you want a more low-key experience,
Exactly.
that's the place to go.
And great snorkeling there, too.
Now, with all this talk about snorkeling, are there any tips that she gives about doing it responsibly? Because the coral reefs are so fragile?
Yes, she emphasizes the importance of wearing reef-safe sunscreen
Oh, that's a good point.
and that you're not contributing
To the damage.
to the damage of the reefs.
Yeah, that's really important, and a lot of people don't realize that.
They don't, and it's such a small thing.
It makes a big difference.
That can make a huge difference.
Now, I'm sure some of our listeners are thinking, okay, what about Stingray City? Because that's like
The iconic
the iconic Grand Cayman
experience.
You can't go to Grand Cayman without at least thinking about
Seeing the stingrays.
seeing the stingrays. And she does mention that, and she dedicates a good part of her blog post to this experience where you can actually interact with stingrays in their natural habitat.
Yeah,
Now, I know some people are a little bit hesitant to get in the water with stingrays.
I can understand that.
It can be a little intimidating.
Yeah.
Does she address that at all?
She does. She says that you can still enjoy the stingrays
From the boat?
from the boat, so you don't actually have to get in the water.
Okay, that's good to know, so you can still have the experience.
You can still see them
without having to...
up close and personal.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable with that.
Exactly.
And for those who do want to get in the water, how do these Stingray City tours typically work?
Well, most of them last about 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
And they include everything you need, so transportation, snorkel gear, and they have guides who are very knowledgeable.
So I'll keep you safe.
They'll keep you safe and make sure you have a great time.
And she has some good advice here for senior travelers or anyone who has mobility issues.
Yeah, she recommends looking for tours that have small groups
Oh, good idea.
and easy access ladders.
Makes it easier to get in and out of the water.
Exactly.
That's a really good tip.
Especially if you're not as mobile as you used to be.
Yeah. Well, all this adventuring is making me hungry.
Me too.
Let's take a break and come back and explore all the delicious lunch options
Sounds good to me.
that Grand Cayman has to offer.
All right.
We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back and ready to...
Dive into some lunch options.
Yeah, what kind of places does this blogger recommend?
Well, for something casual and on the waterfront,
Okay,
she loves Rackham's waterfront.
okay.
Says it's got a great vibe.
Cool.
Good food, and you can watch tarpon feeding at sunset.
Wait, you can watch tarpon?
Yeah,
Like those giant fish?
yeah. It's supposed to be really cool.
That sounds incredible. I've never seen a tarpon in person.
Yeah, it's quite a sight.
That's definitely going on the list.
And then another place she mentions that's more
Okay.
casual is Duff Fish Shack.
Duff Fish Shack, I like the name.
Yeah.
What kind of food do they have?
Well, it's all about fresh seafood.
Okay.
She
yeah.
raves about their conch fritters.
Conch fritters. I love conch fritters.
Yeah, you got to try those.
Definitely a must-have when you're in the Caribbean.
Absolutely.
Are there any other local specialties that she recommends trying?
She talks about Cayman-style fish conch stew jerk chicken.
Okay, that all sounds really good.
Yeah, she really emphasizes trying the local flavors,
Yeah.
not just sticking to the touristy stuff.
I agree with that. It's all about experiencing the local culture.
Exactly.
And the food is a big part of that.
It is.
So after we've had our delicious lunch and we still get some time in the afternoon, what else can we do in Grand Cayman?
Well, she recommends checking out some of the more unique attractions.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Well, there's this place called Hell.
Hell.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah, it's a rock formation,
Okay.
but it looks very otherworldly.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's become a bit of a tourist attraction.
So it's like a quirky thing to do.
And you can send postcards from the Hell post office.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
Yeah, you got to do that.
I would definitely send a postcard from Hell to all my friends.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
And then for those who are more into history,
Okay.
she recommends Pedro St. James Castle.
A castle. Okay, tell me more about this castle.
It's an 18th century house
Okay.
that's been beautifully preserved.
So you can go inside.
Yeah, you can tour it.
Okay.
And it has amazing gardens and sea views.
So it's like stepping back in time.
Exactly.
Okay, that sounds really nice.
Yeah, and it's a great way to learn a little bit about the history
Of the island.
of Grand Cayman.
Now, are there any animal encounters? Because I'm a big animal lover.
She mentions the Turtle Center.
Oh, Turtle Center. I love sea turtles.
Yeah, it's a conservation-focused facility.
Okay, so they're helping.
Yeah, they're helping to protect the sea turtles.
That's wonderful.
And you can see them up close
And interact with them.
and interact with them.
That's amazing. I've always wanted to swim with sea turtles.
Well, this might be your chance.
Maybe not swim with them, but at least see them up close.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we wrap up,
Any final tips from the blog?
yeah, are there any kind of must-know things that we should keep in mind before we go to Grand Cayman?
Well, she does remind everyone that you have to tender back to your ship.
Oh, that's right, because there's no
There's no cruise dock.
cruise dock.
So she says make sure you get back to the pier
At least an hour before.
at least an hour before your ship is scheduled to depart.
That's a good point. I always get a little anxious about
Missing the boat.
missing the boat. Yeah, I'd rather be back on board early and relaxed
Absolutely.
than rushing and stretching out.
No one wants to be that person running down the pier,
Yeah, exactly.
waving frantically.
No thanks.
And she also gives a great tip about getting around the island.
Okay, I'm all ears. I love a good travel tip.
She highly recommends using the public bus system.
Really?
Yeah, she says it's very affordable
Okay.
and reliable.
So you don't have to worry about getting lost or anything like that.
And it's a great way to see the island.
Like a local.
Exactly. And she even has a tip for saving money on taxis. Okay, I'm always interested in saving money.
She says a lot of taxi drivers are happy to
Share rides.
share rides. Oh, so if you can find other people
Heading in the same direction.
heading in the same direction, you can split the fare.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
I love it.
You save money and you might meet some interesting people.
Exactly.
I'm so glad we took this deep dive into this blog post.
Me too.
It's given me so many great ideas.
Yeah, she's a wealth of information.
I feel like I'm ready to go to Grand Cayman right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm so
It
excited.
sounds like an amazing place.
It really does.
And it's great because it offers something for everyone.
Exactly. Whether you want to relax on the beach or explore the town or go snorkeling or see the stingrays or eat delicious food.
It's all there
It's all there.
in one place. This is making me really hungry again. Think about all that food.
Me too. Those conch fritters
I know.
are calling my name.
Maybe we should take another break and go get some lunch.
Now you're talking.
All right, we'll be right back. I'm so impressed with how much she managed to fit into one day.
I know, right?
And it didn't even sound rushed.
No, it sounded very relaxed.
Like she had a plan, but she was also open to.
Going with the flow.
Yeah.
Which is the best way to travel, in my opinion.
I agree. You don't want to be too rigid.
No.
You want to be able to enjoy those unexpected moments.
Exactly.
And I think that's what makes her blog posts so valuable.
It's like a framework,
Yeah.
but you can customize it
Exactly. You can pick and choose the things that appeal to you.
and leave out the things that don't.
And she did a really good job of balancing.
The relaxation with the exploration.
Yeah. And the budget, too.
Yeah, she didn't seem to spend a lot of money,
Which is always a bonus.
especially on a cruise.
Well, I feel like I've learned so much from this deep dive.
Me too.
I'm ready to book my trip to Grand Cayman.
Me too.
And I think our listeners are probably feeling the same way.
I hope so.
But before we wrap up, I have one final question for our listeners.
Okay.
This blogger chose Eden Rock for snorkeling.
Right?
But there are so many other amazing snorkeling spots in Grand Cayman.
Yeah.
So what factors would you consider when making your choice?
That's a good question.
Would you prioritize accessibility?
Or the type of marine life?
Or maybe the overall ambience of the place?
Yeah, like do you want something quiet and secluded
Or do you want something more lively?
with a lot of people around?
It's really up to you.
Exactly.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Just what's right for you.
Well, that's a great note to end on.
I think so too.
So, to all our listeners out there,
Pack your bags.
attach your sense of adventure
Get ready
to experience the magic.
of Grand Cayman.
It's an island that truly has something for everyone.
Absolutely.
Happy travels, everyone.
See you next time.